YouTube, what's up? It's a dusty ride there. Green light, 1965. Lincoln Continental. Auto World, I don't know the year. I think it's a 67, maybe a 68. Cadillac Eldorado. And then we have a late model Bentley Arnage. So which one of these cars looks the best, in your opinion? It's a hard choice for me. I don't know. I think I'd almost just have to go with the Bentley because Kyosho just does a better job than Auto World and Greenlight. But, okay, so it's the Bentley. So what's the best out of these two? It's a tough call. Generally, I would say Auto World. I don't know. I don't know if the Caddy looks as good as the Lincoln. They both look awesome, though. I mean, maybe it does. I don't know. The thing about that is that it's subjective. It's just a matter of opinion, you know. I think it's pretty safe, though, to say that the Bentley is a level above the other two. I just didn't have any other big black luxury cars to fit in the video. You know, the other black cars I have is like I have a late model Dodge Charger. I have a whole bunch of sports cars, Mazda RX-8, stuff like that, but nothing that really fits with this motif. The Bentley is sick. Probably one of the best three or four looking diecast cars in my collection. This one would be right up at the top of that list. Might even find that car or that car way up on that list. That R32 might be way up on that list. But the Bentley would certainly be in that discussion. The Eldorado wouldn't be. Although I have a blue one with a white vinyl top that might be. I think that one looks better than the black one, but gotta have a black Cadillac. That does look fantastic. I love that Cadillac badge behind the window. I wish they painted the base black on all their cars, but they don't, so we got to live with that silver behind the wheel, which isn't a big deal because with the naked eye you can't even really see it. But for not doing lensed headlights or taillights, Auto World is a pretty tough brand to beat. And that's one of the nice things about the Continental. It's one of the few green light cars that has lensed headlights. Although, you know, the Lincoln is it's a Ford product, and almost all of their Ford products, other than the Mustangs, have lensed headlights. Not all of them. There are a few others that don't, but especially the late model stuff, the Fusion, the Focus, the Explorer, all of those have lens headlights and taillights. Some of the late model Mustangs have lens headlights. but it's a pretty awesome ride. The taillights are just painted, I believe. I don't think those are lenses. But really cool car. They did a great job on this Continental because it's scaled, I would say, pretty accurately, unlike the Johnny Lightning. And it's got a proper stance. Not a big fan of the plastic top, but there are plenty of cars that have plastic tops from both Auto World and Greenlight. I think Johnny Lightning might have a couple of them as well. This is not one of the Auto World cars that has a plastic top, though. I should do an Auto World video. My Auto World cars are put away. It's the only brand that I have that I don't display on some level. So they're out of sight, out of mind. But when I pulled this out, I went through and I was looking at a bunch of them. Man, that would make for a good video. There are some really nice looking models from Auto World. Even more basic cars like the Mercury Comet. That Lincoln looks awesome. So, alright, so there are those three, which I wanted to look at. All right, so the last four cars there's some Toyotas for your viewing pleasure. These last four cars are premium detailed white four-door. Well, not all of them are four-door, but like this one's not. You guys have all seen this, but I like to pull this out and look at it because, well, it's just an awesome little car from Kyosho. If you want to get your feet wet with Kyosho, this is probably a good car to start on because it's not expensive. I think you can buy this for around $10 on eBay. So, you know, it's about the same price as a Greenlight. Shipped to your house for an Audi A5 that looks pretty much amazing. One of the best looking ways that you can make a 1:64 scale car. Accurate wheels, rubber tires, side view mirrors, lens, headlight, and taillight detail. Tons of detail. The grill on this thing looks killer. So yeah, if you want a cheap Kyosho car, this is probably a good place to start. These ones are going to get more expensive. The Inno 64 Honda Civics, they look a lot like a Kyosho, although Kyosho never did this car. The way that it's put together does resemble, you know, something that Kyosho would do. Super highly detailed interior, which my camera won't pull. And then, of course, the taillight detail on this Honda Civic. That exhaust tip, one of the best I've seen in the scale. Now this one is a tarmac. It's a tarmac Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, When I first got it, I thought it was a static display, but as it turns out, it's a rolling car. Rolling chassis. Pretty awesome looking car. So, Kyosho, Inno64, Tarmac Works. All of them have a fairly similar fit and finish. They all have OEM wheels. They all have the lensed headlight and taillight detail. They all have side view mirrors, rubber tires. Like, they all look like they could be from the same brand. Although I do think we might get a little bit more detail with Tarmac and Inno64. They have the rear defrost. Kyosho doesn't do that all that often. I think that these cars, while they are different brands, I think that they could be built at the same factory. And I think there could be some relationship between the brands, because they're just too similar for there not to be. And then the last car, the little rear axle issue there. This is a Kyosho Mercedes. So this one would be probably pretty expensive to get. I think the Tarmac and Inno64 you can get on eBay for, I don't know, right around $25. And then, like I said, this one here I think you can get for pretty cheap. You may not get white, like the silver one might be the lesser expensive, but this car here, though, I don't know. I don't think, maybe you can find it for between 20 and 30. I'm sure you probably could. The G-Wagon is the one that has really gotten expensive. But look at the detail on this Kyosho. Headlights look killer. Taillights look just as good or better. This one is a rolling car. They're all rolling cars except for the Civic. The rear axle rolls no problem on the Civic. It's the front axle that's just too tight. And then this one rolls not great, but it rolls. This one rolls. This one rolls actually pretty good. The Audi rolls great. So I know silver is my color, but sometimes you end up getting white cars. I still think silver's the way to go, though, if you can. Like this Ferrari here. I mean, come on. I need to get the Tomica premium model. So there you go. And if you're wondering, which I know you guys are because you're all car people, the cars in the background, all three of those are Toyotas. Actually, there's 5 cars. 4 of the 5 are Toyotas. The one that's not is the car that's under the tarp. That's a Nissan Hakosuka Skyline. That is a Toyota BJ40 Land Cruiser. We have a Toyota Starlet, Toyota Celica, and Toyota Corolla. If you're wondering about the brands, the Skyline is M2. The Landy is Johnny Lightning. Starlet is Konami. Celica is Kyosho. Corolla is Konami. Why collect Hot Wheels when you can collect this stuff? Alright everyone, thanks for watching. I'll holler at the next video.